It's the Absurd American Nerdcast with your hosts, Freddy and Mr. S. And if you are looking for a series that is very creepy and very interesting to watch, I would definitely suggest watching Dahmer, which is on Netflix right now. And we've both finished the series. We're going to kind of just chat about it as a whole, just because it was very interesting. Like, I wanted it to be more gruesome and see. I know that's going to sound horrible, but I wanted to see the murders and everything. But I think the way that they did it, it left a lot to your imagination, because obviously you can't really portray those because we don't know exactly what happened, but we know things that did happen. So I think that they did an amazing job in the series to leave it to your imagination to what's going on as you're watching the neighbor listen to everything that's going on. Very creepy, very wow. I mean, shout out to the acting in that too, because it was very, very well done. Obviously, it's his life, and some things that a lot of people didn't know, kind of background stuff, and just kind of put a eerie perspective, especially around this time in the Halloween-ish era that we're in right now. So it's just like a good creepy series that came out right at the right time.
I've seen a lot of people say that they're glorifying Dahmer, which I don't really truly believe that. I think it's showing signs of what to look out for, Right. I mean, how are you going to know if, doing this with your kid is going to result in this? But remember, he was abandoned, he was left alone, he tried reaching out to his parents, but they just kept ignoring him. Like, He literally was trying to talk to his dad and his dad's girlfriend in the diner, and they were just like, oh, you're going to do this, you're going to do this. And then, they were just, not trying to believe it. So, I think it more focuses on the victims and what they went through, and that's a good thing, because those people probably never had their they had their story and what happened to them, and you learned about them, but you feel more for the families and the victims more than fuck Dahmer. That guy got what was coming to him. I didn't know he died in the prison, per se.
Yeah,
the way that
either.
He did. I thought they honestly brought back the lethal injection and killed him. The only people at this point, but since seeing Dahmer, that died from state punishment or capital punishment was Ted Bundy in Florida. He got the electric chair. I didn't know Gacy got lethal injected. I didn't know Ed Gein got it. Lethal injected, or
it was
whatever
illegal in, where was he? It wasn't Wisconsin. Where was he?
Milwaukee.
I mean, it's illegal to do lethal injection, and death penalty is not around. So for him, he was literally life sentence sitting there, where he really shouldn't have lived for what he did. He really shouldn't have. But that just, state laws are state laws. So yeah,
you gotta fight. You're to fight somewhere,
Yeah.
But I just feel like I love the portrayals in the show. I thought the writing was really good from Evan Peters playing Dahmer. You couldn't have picked a better person to play a crazy person,
Right, and they
or
gave you
someone
just
like that.
enough where you could really follow in and see, feel like you were a part of what was going on, but left just enough out where you could really, in your mind, think about what was really going on. And watching
it was just
really
the dive into madness.
Yeah,
absolutely. His justification of what he did.
Yeah.
And that's why I loved, even with the first episode, it was the night he got caught. I thought that was a brilliant way to open that show.
Right. And then, again, we kind of talked about that earlier, having those timelines that kind of here and there, and this is, then we got to look into his past, and then we saw all the way up to his first kill, and then it kind of went back and forth, and then feel bad for the parents because the parents were blaming themselves, blaming each other on what happened, and I mean, you can't really blame yourself if someone was messed up mentally and you didn't get them the help they needed. I mean, you can't really blame yourself either, you know.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, I get, like, I can get parents, like, giving up. I
Right.
mean, like, the kid's messed up, but again, remember, there is some accountability, and the dad didn't really take any accountability until his son was, like, in prison, really.
Right.
Like,
It was a little bit too late.
he always tried to blame the mom, he tried blaming this, and then he just had to take a step back and just look into himself and be like,
Yeah.
fuck, I'm the problem. Like, you know?
Where
Like,
it's really kind of like both of them had like dual faults in how he became what he became, but at the same
Mhm.
time, you can't, like, if it's in his mind that this is okay, you know, it's, you know, if he would have studied and became a mortician, you know what I mean, maybe life would have been a little bit different. But
life is full of what ifs, man.
you know, instead he was left alone and this, that, and the other, and he became what he became because
Yeah.
he was taught at a young age that, you know, dissecting things is cool and fun, but there wasn't really a limit put onto it besides it being animals. And then as he grew up, he became more and more interested in all this other stuff. But I don't understand how people become cannibals, but that's, you know, that's past my level of expertise, and I'm not going to go into that. But like,
I don't know, we should call
wow.
Armie Hammer to see what he really has a take on him, you know?
Yeah. Maybe on
Um,
next week's episode we'll have a phone-in line, you know?
hey, what's your good cooking techniques for phalanges?
It's like in Disney with the Trader Sam, and the joke of like, if people that don't know the ride Jungle Cruise, at the very end there's a character that's called Trader Sam, and he is a head salesman where he sells shrinking heads, but he's also known as a cannibal. And one of their jokes is, you know, Sam, I love the stew you made for dinner. You know, your wife makes a lovely stew, and the joke and the punchline is Sam turns to him and says, "I know, I'm really gonna miss her." Oh man. Anyway,
Dark humor.
little Disney dark humor, I guess there.
There you go. There you go.
But moving forward, again, that was a very good series. Highly suggest watching it, especially if you're looking for something kind of eerie and creepy during the Halloween time. Definitely check that one out because I'm not a big horror gore person. Freddy will tell you that I'm not. So the fact that I put myself out there and watched that and really kind of saw that through should really tell you something, that I found it to be a very interesting and very captivating series, if you will, because once I started watching it, I was like, all right, I'm going to watch one episode, and I ended up watching two. Like,
Yeah.
It really much sucks you in and everything.
This has been the Absurd American Nerdcast. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and turn on the bell for notification.